What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick from MTO Productions. Come back, we're going to talk about my latest pickup as far as photography mainly is what this camera will be used for, but it's pretty major pickup. We'll talk about this thing when we come back. What is going on? How is my filmmakers and photographers? I hope this video is finding you well. I hope you're ready for Christmas because it's knocking on the door. Matter of fact, the day this comes out, it's 2 days before Christmas. But I did pick up something, one last camera. Actually, I've picked up several cameras in the last few days, the last few weeks actually. I've been shooting with some of them. Those videos will be coming out fairly soon in the new year, and then in the new year we'll also start doing some other things too, where I'm not just bringing you cameras and talking about the cameras. But I have one major last pickup for 2023 for the channel, for both channels actually, because I will be using this pretty much for both channels. It is an older camera. It was announced in September 17th of 2008. This is 2023. So it's been out for a while. But this thing is still considered a hell of a workhorse or horse in the lineup. Nobody's going to throw shame at you going into 2024 still picking one of these things up and using them. And the price you can get them at right now is really good. I picked mine up off of K&H. I think it was I don't think it was an Excellent Plus Plus or Like New or any of that. I think it may have been an Excellent, because the body is in really good shape, and that's what I bought, was just the body. I didn't buy lens. Of course, that's the only way you can buy theirs is through just buying the body. But I highly recommend K&H. I have bought several things from them and been nothing but happy with the products that I've gotten from them. So I highly recommend them. Now, all that said, what did I get? Well, if you saw the last week, I put a thing up, a reel up of this particular camera. It is the Canon EOS 5D Mark II. This big rascal right here. When I say big rascal, this thing is hefty compared to my Canon Rebel or my SL3. I will take a picture of them two sitting side by side, and this thing makes that thing like a dwarf. But why did I go and get this when I've been taking really good pictures? Bigger megapixel, I think it's like 24, 26. I'll put it right here what the SL3 puts out. This only does 21 megapixels, but the difference between the two is this is a crop sensor, this is full frame sensor. So that means when I put like a nifty 50 on this camera, it is actually a 50 millimeter lens. It's not cropped up 1.6 times. This is a 50 millimeter lens. Now, like right now, I have on my SL3, I have the Canon 24 millimeter. Now, let's talk about lenses and mounts. So, the SL3 has the ability to use EF mount lenses, which is what comes on this camera. But this one also uses EFS lenses, which is what is on this camera right now, is a prime lens, 24 millimeter EFS lens. Now, this one does not have image stabilization on it, but my other lenses for this does. So that means this is only an EF mount lens camera. Confusing, I know. In the other versions, there's EF-M, which is for their mirrorless cameras. So that's the big difference between the two lenses. Now I can put this lens on this camera, but I cannot put this lens because it's a prime lens. It's a 24mm lens on this one. Now, I am looking at getting a true wide angle lens to go on this camera that will work on this camera. Let's talk about this real quick. Like I said, this is a full frame camera, so you're going to get some stupidly sharp pictures out of this camera. At the end of this video, I will put up some pictures I've taken already with this camera that I'm really proud of how they came out of the camera. I want to show you pictures. I want to do pictures on how they really came out. Eventually you will start seeing pictures after I have thrown them through Lightroom. Now I have to throw these through Lightroom. No, I don't have to throw. I don't have to make them a JPEG before I can put them on the internet, because I can put them on as a raw photo. So that's the other thing. This will shoot RAW. This will shoot JPEG, standard and fine. And there's also all the other options you have in there of JPEG RAW, JPEG, whatever crap. The other good thing about this is it will shoot video. Had it not been for me having this camera on and shooting a couple of videos I shot, which one of them you will see here at the end of this video, my last trip would have been totally scrapped, because I had 3 cameras running that day. I ran my dash cam, which was my Insta360. I had my Sony NEX-5R, which I will be bringing back to the channel. Of what happened there, I'm not sure. I have a feeling, but I'm not 100% sure. And then I had this thing with me. If I had not had this thing with me, there would have been 0 footage of when we were outside of the vehicle. So keep that in mind. What I like about this, okay, the one drawback to this is there's not an articulating screen like there is on this camera. The screen is fixed mount. It is a 3-inch screen, so it's a fairly big screen, and I'll show you that right now. There's the screen lit up. I've gotten very used to all the manipulations of the camera with all the different things, shooting manual, full auto, whatever. If I'm running and gunning, I'm going to put this thing on auto and just let it go. I do have another lens that'll work on this that I have on my 35mm Canon camera. It's a 28 to 75, I think, millimeter lens. There's a lot of pictures that you'll be seeing here at the end that were shot with that particular lens, because that's the one I had on all day that day. Now I've taken this out several times with the 50mm on it, and it's come back with some extraordinary results. Connections, I can mount a microphone to this, and we will at some point. We will use it to do some video work with this camera. Batteries, I have 2 batteries for this. They have a I think it's a 1600 milliamp or 16 milliamp. I don't think that's right. I'll put down below what the size of the battery is. What I do like is it has a sleep mode. Right now it's in the sleep mode. Let's see if you can see. Then if I hit the button, it'll come back awake and everything, like right off the bat, it comes back. So a lot of the times the other day when I was videoing and stuff with the other camera that took a major dump, I'm still hacked over that. I can't believe it did that. That's the first time filming, and since I've been doing YouTube since 2012 that I've had 2012 that I've had a camera. That don't seem right, but anyway, that's the first time I've ever had a camera or a video completely crap out on me. That's the first time. I know that may be hard to say, but that is the first time I've ever had that happen. There's a lot of stuff this camera does that I'm not 100% sure of yet. I'm still monkey with this thing. I've had it for a total of 3 weeks, and I've taken it shooting 4 times, maybe 5 times. I'm really pleased with what I'm getting out of it. Full frame camera. You know, it's gonna be, now this is heavy. This is a heavy camera. I'll put the weight down below. It's a magnesium body wrapped with like a rubberized finish coating, so it is weather sealed. Now this is not an L lens, so it's not weather sealed. But if I was to get a weather sealed lens, which I'm working on doing, I'm trying to figure out which one I want to get. If I get an L lens to put on this camera to shoot pictures and video, and put it on this one to shoot video, but if I put it on this, so I'll have a totally weather sealed camera, so in a slight rain I can still take pictures with this thing. So I look forward to shooting more with it over the, you know, coming in the future. Is this my last full frame camera that I'll buy? I'm going to use this for the next couple of years as far as I'm concerned. It still has plenty of life left in it. I think the last I looked, I think the shutter count on this thing was stupid low. It doesn't say in there. I forgot. I'll have to look it back up. I'll put, if I can figure out the shutter count, I'll put it down below. But I've been totally impressed with this camera. 100% impressed with this camera. Now, I do not have image stabilization. That's the other thing. That one has in-body image stabilization, and depending on the lens, if I have the normal kit lens on it or whatever lens I get next, we'll have image stabilization on it too. So that kind of helps give us a smoother image on that particular camera. So anyways, that's it for this one. I'm going to stop now. We're going to show some of the video that I've shot with this thing and some of the photos I've shot with this thing already. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've been carrying it every day, so it's always in the bag with me. I love this grip. I love the fullness of this grip. You can see my hands pretty well wrapped around it because it's a big camera compared to that thing. And I've shot a lot with that thing, and I love my SL3. It was the workhorse of the channel for the last 3 years. Picture wise, this is fixed to be the workhorse. But anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Watch the end of this and you'll see all the pictures, videos, stuff I've done with this thing so far. Really pleased with it. Can't wait for next year, 2024. We're going to do all kinds of cool things with photography, with video, and I'd like to get you guys involved. See you on the next one. Later.